Good morning. It's turned out nice again. Actually, it's busy now. It's been raining since yesterday. It's not great. Usually on a Wednesday, I go and see my mates play football, and get to see my boy Martin and that. But now we've left it today. I am hoping to see him this afternoon. I'll explain in a minute. So if you're new to my channel, this is the morning briefing. This is a briefing in the morning. This is where I speak to the community, my friends, and let them know what the schedule is for the day. Also go through my shout outs, acknowledgements, people that have supported my channel in the last 24 hours, stuff like that really. And just give, an update on what's happening with KopTalk and with myself and things like that. So there's probably nothing exciting in this video if you're just looking for some transfer news or something. Right, live stream today. Will there be a live stream today? I have every intention, as I do every day, and I keep saying to you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And for some reason at the minute, I'm just a little bit stretched with time and things. First of all, I should say thank you to everyone that's left a comment congratulating me on my new role as a director at CF Benidorm, Director of Media and Club or Growth Strategy, if you like, Director of Media and Growth Strategy. It's something that I'm very excited about, very proud about, that the DV7 Group has placed their trust in me, and I will continue, because I've been doing it for a long time anyway, in another role as a supporters liaison officer, but continue trying to grow the club and make it better for everyone, and especially the community and the kids. For me, the kids having a successful football team gives them opportunities in football, and it also gives young people and older people an opportunity with employment if there's a successful football club here. So that's the objective. So I just want to thank everyone that's left comments saying, "Hey, well done, Dunk, nice one." Really surprised at the amount of people that have said that, really. Thanks. I will get through those comments. It's just a lot of comments, and I'm really struggling with my time at the moment, which is a good thing, because I like to be busy. But it has affected the KopTalk side of things a little bit, but it's temporary. I'm just sort of like settling down into managing it all. Yesterday, the owner, for example, he said, "I've got an hour free in the morning. Would it be possible for you to join me for a coffee?" So obviously I wanted to do that and needed to do that. And it was important. And then yesterday, the office in Valencia, and this morning, right up till now, a few minutes ago, I'm working on the match day program, for example, giving my input into that from a British fan's point of view. They've got the Spanish side covered, and I just make sure the terminology, because obviously Google Translate and translating can not be great sometimes. So who better to have someone that knows a little bit about football and the football audience? I would rather say the football audience rather than make out I know about football. In that position to be able to say, right, this needs to be done. They recently launched the match day program, and because one of the biggest complaints, and this is when I was the supporters liaison officer, one of the biggest things I said to the club was we needed a match day program, because the fans don't know who the players' names are. They just call them numbers. So we need to tell them who they are. And it's a British thing, I think, maybe a European thing, I don't know. But match day programs, and I know that they're going out in some ways, but I think especially here it's good and beneficial, because you get a lot of tourists here that want to go home with a physical reminder of attending a football game. I know I'm like that when I go anywhere in the world to watch football. So working on the match day program, doing things like that, and it's new, and I said things like, "Oh, it's important that we have managers' notes." In the program, there wasn't going to be managers' notes in the very first edition, but they listened to me and they changed it and made sure of that. So I help with it, and it's taking up a lot of my time, all these different things that we're doing, but I enjoy it as well. However, KopTalk is my baby. You guys are the most important people in the world to me. I'm not going to say outside my family, because you are my family. Those of you that are here for the right reasons and consider yourself family, you'll do for me. And if I don't work, I don't pay the bills. It's that simple. So there are a lot of ways of, my position. I could exploit my position in a way at the club and say, well, if I'm going to improve ticket sales throughout the area and, and online, we're not just targeting the local audience, we're targeting an international audience in terms of wanting to grow the club, that, you could be paid a wage and incentives as well. Oh, well, if you sell this and sell that, you'll get that. And as I said yesterday, for me, if I'm entitled to commission, I would rather reinvest that into the club at this stage, right? So, I'm enjoying it, guys. It's good, but I need to get into a routine and a new routine. My girlfriend, my fiance, whatever you want to call her, she probably prefers that title. My chick, I would call her my chick. She's working late, so, well, I say late, she's starting 2:00 in the afternoon this week. So this morning, for example, it's nice to have her around, and she's just done me a cheese and ham omelette, you know what I mean? So, I think we're all right. As long as you guys, continue to support me as you can when I do the videos and the live streams especially. Your support goes a long way, and I really want to do all of this. So you're not just supporting me when you get a super thanks or become a channel member, you're actually supporting community and stuff as well, I think, because if I'm able to do both, do my job with KopTalk, and I can get out there and help this club, then really we're helping football and kids and stuff like that long term, I think. But hey, let's make the priority. The Revolut link in the video description will always be my beer kitty, all right? So my intention is to host a live stream at 6:30 p.m. UK time today. However, I have a meeting this afternoon, but because I set the meeting up, it's in a bar. It's in a bar, probably my favourite bar, really, because I know that the people I want to see, their support level, what I mean by that is you might not go to a bar for a meeting with, the owner or a president or something, but their support level, so it'll be like, should we go there? So I'm going to go to the bar this afternoon. I'm going to drop the chick at work. Sorry, fiance at work. In a few hours, so I've got some time to do some videos. And then I've got to go to my meeting, and I'm sure when I'm there, before I even get to the bar, there'll be a drink on the bar for me. And you know what? If I can have a few beers this afternoon, it'll be all right. I'm not really that bothered about that, to be honest. But the weather's grim, and So what I'm trying to say is, there might not be a stream at 6:30 this evening, all right? So if I don't pop up, just check online around 6:30. If I'm not here at 6:30, I'm not going to be here at all this evening, all right? So, but I'm not going out on the lash. I just want to be clear about that. I'm not really interested in that, to be honest. I am working on club matters this afternoon, and I just managed to, schedule a meeting in the bar. So, and it's a sports bar, so it's relevant, you know what I mean? Other than that, I am going to finally do my mail stand. 2 mail stand emails that I've got. I just checked my email, see if anything came in overnight. I don't think anything did. If you were on the live stream last night, you'll have seen me send an email to someone while I was live on the stream, and I haven't heard back from that, okay? So I've got mail stand stuff today, which is to do with Alonso, Slot, Gerrard. What was the other mail stand? I think it might have just been Slot. I'll do those today for you. I'm going to go and do them now. And there's also, I need to review something to do with Alonso, some claims that he's been offered the Liverpool job, that kind of thing, all right? So I'll do that, and then tomorrow is Thursday, right? So I have no schedule tomorrow. You see, like I went to meet the owner yesterday, and I've been having a lot of meetings in the last couple of weeks and stuff because, they wanted me to become more involved with the club, and we're just talking about things. And when you take on a more senior, more executive-like figure, there becomes a lot more responsibilities than being like supporters liaison officer, which I love doing. But you have to become aware of the operations, right? How everything's happened. I'm being trusted with a lot of sensitive and private information, and I need to know what's what, basically, right? So Right now, for example, I know about the financial situation of the club. I know about the ticket sales, because you need to know all this to monitor it and see if what your ideas are doing are improving things. I want to grow the club and promote the club internationally, because there's many of you guys that have started following this club because of me, because you want to be a part of it with me, and it means so much to me if you do that. It really does, honestly. And I'm going to be working with the club's media things, if you like. So, for example, at the meeting yesterday, I was given access to the club's YouTube channel, right? So I can log in there and go, hey, all right, how's it going, I better not do that. I've also got to think about how I conduct myself as well now. But I'm still being me. Listen, I ain't changing for anyone. Do you know what I mean? So, but I've got to, I want to grow the YouTube channel and stuff like that. Don't subscribe yet. Subscribe tomorrow, please. Don't do that yet. I want to see how many subscribers there are first. Unless you want to drop in the comments, CF Benidorm, look it up. Don't subscribe yet until you tell me how many subscribers there is. And then I can say, oh, look what we've done. All right, so I want to do that. So many things to do with the media side of things. The things that I've done with KopTalk, for example. Yeah. And yeah, I'm going to be on my videos on here. I'm going to be putting little trailers on. And I just want you guys to be a part of this with me, because if you are, you're helping me. And if you're helping me and supporting me, you're helping this, which means, hey, Dunk's doing all right, with the club. So he's got a bit more free time to do this, and then I can buy things and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So, but your KopTalk's always going to be my baby, all right? And you are too, all right? I mean, you might not like me calling you a baby, you know what I'm saying? But KopTalk's my baby, and I wonder what my mum would say if she saw what was going on, really, right now. I mean, this is a team down the divisions, right? But it's the people, that, the DV7 group, David Veer, obviously is one of the owners, and there's two owners, if you like. And they're a very serious global company with huge aspirations and ambitions, and the club is run exceptionally professionally. So, for example, this is down the divisions. Maybe people can do things a certain way. This club can't do that, right? Because it's very serious. So everything's really by the book, and it has to be, and so it should be. But I want to grow this club. I want to things like the match day program, for example. When I talk to you about the match day program, if there was a link to buy a match day program, say for €2, would you, if you're following this club with me, would you buy that online, for example? I don't benefit from that in a financial sense, but it looks, I can turn and say, hey, people's are buying the program. Like a digital download, I mean. So if there was one available, let me know. And that's my comment. And I'd like you to comment, because I think it would be good to show the club and say, no, even if they sold 10 copies, €20, that pays someone's, some wage somewhere, an hour or two or something. I don't know, but the program is absolutely brilliant. I want to give you a sneak preview, right? Here we go. Let me show you something. Where will it be? Was it an email, or was it on what? No, it was on WhatsApp. Here it is. So I'm helping on this feature here, and look who's here. Look right down in the bottom there. Look, there's a bit of favoritism here because I have a bit of input here. Look, there's my boy Martin. Look, this is my boy. I think that picture, right? I cannot explain to you how much I love that picture of Martin. He's walking off the supporters bus there at a service station, and he looks so cool in that picture. And the other picture is our group. Look, you can see all the people's there ahead of going to a game, and the article is basically the supporters bus. The supporters bus following CF Benidorm, on the road kind of thing. And so, yeah, that kind of input. And it's a very, very good program. It's exceptionally professional, guys. It really is. And I'm saying that with complete honesty. So I would love it if, I got people involved. I mean, Scott Cheetham, for example, he's, right into this, All right, Scott's one of my viewers. I've met him when he's come out here. He's got the merch. I bet you Scott would buy a program if it was available online. Do you know what I mean? And if you sold one, you're pushing the image, not the image. You're promoting the club. You know, so these are things I want to do: is grow it and get an online membership. And I'm really serious about it. I really want to do something for the community. And if this club, you know, goes all the way to the top, and I kick the bucket, and it becomes a famous club in Spain, imagine being that person that was there at the beginning. And you know what I mean? That would be like my dream, really. Honestly, it would. So I really want to do it. I'm very passionate about it. And I want to get as many of you guys involved as possible. And after last night's game with Liverpool, Galatasaray, do you not think it'd be nice to go, do you know what? How's CF Benidorm doing? He's done, Cappy. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's what I'm up to behind the scenes. Right, guys, what am I gonna do? Right, let's do the acknowledgements. Okay, I'd like to thank. These are super thanks. These are comments on my video. Yes, I think I only did one. Niall, my big brother. Cheers, Niall. Schwad supported me on there. Mark the Legend. Schwad. Channel members. If you're a channel member, you get the Schwad. The Rafa Benitez Schwad. You know what I'm saying? Mark the Legend says, thanks, Dunk, sending some love. What a kid, man. Sorry, that sounds like a patronising way. He could be older than me. I don't know how old Mark is. I'm sure he's not. But I just, what a kid, what a person, you know what I mean? These are great guys. That's it. I think there's only two. There's only two, but I only did one video yesterday. Then we had a live stream last night, which we did at full time. I quite enjoyed the stream at full time, even though it was later for me. That's something that I might start doing. Give me your input in the comments section, please. Would you like me to go live at full time after a game? Not a big fan of pre-match live streams. Not a fan of streams watch-alongs because people ruin them. And what I mean by ruin them is you'll say, please don't tell anyone if they score this penalty, and then it comes up on the screen, scored or missed, or people fuck around, you know what I mean? And I ain't got patience for that, and I want to enjoy the games, which is quite difficult enough as it is at the moment. What do you think? Shall I get into the habit of going live at full time? Let me know. I did enjoy it actually last night. I was very surprised because I thought, oh, everyone's going to be fucking, you know, it's going to be stressful. It's going to be late to bed. You know, instead of doing a stream at 7:30 my time, I started at 8:45 my time. So yeah, anyway, Tuesday's stream was supported by Errol, Sean O'Neill, The Detective, Brother Ben, Ruby, Niall, Theo, John Conway, Adam O'Hare, Akia, FSG out is his username, Mark the Legend, John Beggs, Traumatic, Michael Colson, Sean O, BC Brown, and Alan. That's Alan Metcalf, of course. So thanks for that, guys. I don't think there was anything on Monzo or PayPal. That's their links in the video description. There was on Revolut, though, and some of the Revoluts I did put on are in that list I've just given you, okay? Here we go. Paul K, this was this morning. Something for the kitty, pal. YNWA Paul. And without going into personal things, Paul's having a bit of a struggle at the moment. With the old elf and stuff like that. And I always feel extremely flattered and humbled. And, like when someone says, hey, get yourself a beer done when they're really poorly or when they're struggling in life or something, and they still think of other people. That's what I mean by that. And I don't know if it upsets me, because of course it upsets me if someone's struggling. I don't know if it upsets me that they're thinking of me or whether it makes me happy, if that makes sense. A combination of both. I think that emotions, you think, I'm not just talking about Paul here, I'm talking about anyone in general. I often get people, they'll say things like, really struggling at the moment, but wanting to buy you a beer, mate. Do you understand? So you're happy from that, like, oh, that's nice. But then you think, oh, there's someone struggling. And then I think, they're still thinking of other people. And they're the people in society that I want to associate myself with. Not because they're buying me a beer, but because their art is there. And from my experience of life, it's usually those people that are the ones that suffer and fucking struggle, as is obvious with what I'm just talking about. Just when you compare people like that, like Paul there, to some of the scroats that are out there in society. And I just wish I could do something I can't take away people's illnesses. I can't fix people's problems. But I wish I fucking could. I do, guys. I really wish I could. If I dropped that 100 million euros, I would love to come and look after people, put a smile on the face. I guess they would argue, I think most people that watch me vids and are listening to this will probably think, you do put a smile on our face, you know, sometimes, or whatever. But it's really difficult sometimes, guys, when people support you. And that sounds daft. But every time someone buys me a beer or a super thanks or whatever, that's someone's doing that for you. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a lot of people that go, yeah, nice one to see £2 coming, £5, £20 coming. All right, yeah. I don't think that. I don't. I'm really happy. I was going to say my life is really happy right now. I found someone I'm really happy with again. And I do say again, I've been happy in all my relationships. And my relationships have failed over the years. The important ones, and there haven't been many, because usually they last for a long time. Never been interested in short-term stuff, but, you know, sometimes that happens because you're dating and all that shit. That was the worst period of my fucking life, other than bereavement, I think, was meeting people and it not working out. But, you know, I've met someone and I'm happy, and like I say, circumstances in the past, you know, like I split with my wife because, you know, she went to England to work, you know what I mean? Like, and the plan was to work 3 weeks, come back, do it for a year, spend, you know, just sort shit out really. And then had the pandemic hit and the travel bans and 2 years apart. And I think if that hadn't have happened, she'd still be sat here on this sofa, you know. Yeah, it was a mutual thing. But what I'm trying to say here is that relationships don't always end because you fucking hate each other. Certainly don't in my life anyway. You know, but that's the past. It still makes me sad. Of course it does. And I know she feels the same, but, you know, it just wasn't meant to be, I guess. But right now I'm very, very happy in the situation I'm with. And look, I'll show you. It's just to the left of me as I'm saying it. Look, there you go, look. There she is. And you can see I'm happy. And that's good. And she's a good lass. And she looks after me, you know, and I look after her, and that's how it should be. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy with my Remy down there. I'm happy with my drone that's over there on charge. I can't fly it today, which is because it's pissing down, which is a good thing, really, because it means I've got to do my work. I'm happy with my involvement with CF Benidorm. I love football. You know, I was at an away game last week. We got beat. And I thought of you guys. I shit you not. Not because I can relate to getting beat. But I was walking behind the goal. It was night time. It was the second half, so it was dark. And walking around a football pitch while the game's underway and being on the line, you know, the goalkeeper, which is in line with the goalpost, right? And I'm stood there. And I remember talking to you guys before, saying, I love going to football because we do photography, right? And I was like, have I shown you my thing? Oh, I showed it on the show. I've got to show you this, right? And I remember saying to you guys, it's so good, you know, like being sat so close to the action. All right, it's not Anfield, but it's fucking football stadium. There's still hundreds of people there, or thousands, depending on which ground you're at. And it's just being that close up. And, like, I can hear the linesman, you know, running by me, if you like, with his, you know, he's got his earpiece and microphone, and you can hear him. And, like, for example, when the goalkeeper's got the ball, you can hear him doing the countdown, you know, in Spanish. But the countdown, which is obviously transmitting to the referee, how long he's got the ball and shit like that. And I love being that close. I want to show you something to do with the photography. I mentioned it the other day, right? So I saw this lad at the football. I went to a neutral game at the weekend because it's my hobby, right? And I spoke to this football club. We didn't have a game on the Sunday, and I spoke to a club in the division above. I think they're called Athletic Club Torriano. And I said, I'm an amateur photographer, if you like. I just like taking photographs. You know, I'd like to come along if that's all right. My mate's going to the game. I'll give you the pictures or whatever. And they were like, we would absolutely love to welcome you to our stadium. And their resident or in-house photographer, he had one of these with him, right, on his shoulder. So he had his camera bag and he had that. I thought, what's that he's got? Because I'm new to it, right? And then he did this. He It's a fucking chair. Look. I'm sat on a chair. Honestly, it ain't collapsed. Look. It's a fucking chair. I stand at every game like a mug. Look at that. It's solid. First thing I did was check how much weight it would hold, and trust me, I mean, if that collapsed behind the goal, my mates I would be a social media I'd go viral forever. Look at that. It's genius, isn't it? And I got blue. Because Benidorm playing blue. It's mint, isn't it? Anyway, so what I was saying was, I'm happy with all those different things, and my interests, my hobbies, which, football, photography, the drone. I never had hobbies before, only Liverpool. That was it. Finally, not dating and shit, although, there was nothing wrong with that, but I was dating someone previously that lived in England, and I live here, and it just didn't work. If she'd have lived there, we'd have been all right. It's life, it's hard to deal with them things sometimes, because you can be with someone and then go, we can't be together anymore because the circumstances don't work, and it's fucking difficult. But everything's going right, and the thing is, and I'm getting to it, KopTalk is me thing. Do you know what I mean? It's me thing, and I'll always do it. One day will be my last video, and I won't know I'm recording my last video. That's how I always think. That's how fucking much of a div I am. That's how I think things. And if I can maintain my hobbies, help this football club and the community, but still do KopTalk where because people support me, then my life just good, mint. You know what I mean? Because I want to do all these things, and I feel like I'm doing everything I've ever wanted to do. I mean, yeah, I'd love to win lottery. Who wouldn't? Yeah, I wish my mum was still here. Yeah, I wish I were, such a big fat effer. You know what I mean? But I am. So that's just the way it is. But my dream is to continue doing these things that I enjoy, and KopTalk. And KopTalk has denied me so much happiness over the years. It's given me happiness, but it's certainly affected my marriages. I've been married twice. It's certainly affected those. It certainly denied me. For years I've had people saying, you've got to stop it, stop doing all the work, get out there, you've got to do something, it's going to kill you, you can't take it to the grave. And I'm like, don't want to take it to the grave. I've got to do it to survive, to work, just like all of us, But I've been just stuck in the house for fucking years. But I loved it. I had a problem with it. That was me. But now, through this football club, I've made loads of new friends, loads of friends. Not, you know what I mean? Just met new people and got new interests. And, when an owner of a football club says, we want you to do this. Dave, my AI, said, when I was talking to Dave AI, with wording some stuff, to do with the appointment, and it said at the end of it, went, not bad for a lad from Yorkshire that started a football website, in his early 20s. And I was like, yeah, it's true. So, and when someone puts their trust in me and their faith in me, I don't know what you're like in life, but I'm like, I'll make sure I do everything for you. And that's how it should be, I think. So, very happy on all those fronts. If I can continue to balance it, then great. This is what I want to do, but I have to do my KopTalks. If I don't get paid. It's that simple. All right. So I've done my acknowledgements, I think. Have I done all my acknowledgements? I don't think I have. You know what I'm like? I was on Paul, wasn't I? There we go. Paul, thank you very much. But anyway, what he said was something for the kitty pal, and he means my beers on Saturday. It's amazing that. I'll be on lager, bottles, and the 250 a bottle, euros. I'm not on the cider. I'm trying to cut down on the cider because, it's full of sugar, but I'm not losing weight anyway, so I don't know what to I don't think I'll ever. I mean, I've lost tons of weight, believe it or not. I used to be 3 ton. Now I'm just 2. But I don't know. I don't know if we're all just built differently or what, but I don't know. I'm not really doing anything wrong at the moment, but it just seems to have plateaued altogether. Paul, I love you, bro. What was I going to say? Right. There's another one here. So, I haven't replied to this one yet. Came in last night at 10:30. I was probably live on the stream or something. Okay, this is from, I always like to check and see if there's a username before reading their full name. And you know what? Back in January, they said, have a beer on me, Dunk. Been having a tough time lately, and your videos help me every day. This is what I mean about maybe I do stuff and don't realise it, you know. Anyway, the message yesterday, I'm not going to read it, it's a bit personal, but they do say, great to hear things going good with FC Benidorm. It's my, let's have a look at the date. Yeah, it's my 60th birthday tomorrow, which is today. And this is Ian Butler. So enjoy your beer on me and enjoy what you are doing. All the best, DKB. I'm not going to read the rest, but it's his birthday and he's getting me a beer. Will you stop it? Will you stop it? Ian, I haven't replied to you yet. And the reason that is because I don't just want to go, cheers, mate, thanks, when I'm rushed and busy on a stream. So I will deal with that this afternoon. So thank you, man. And listen, keep going, brother. I read your message. You're very important to me. You know what I mean? Not because you bought me a beer, but that is very important. But what I mean is, someone that sends me a comment that says, not your videos are great, but you help me, that makes you very important to me. And if I get messages like that sums everything up. I love that kind of thing. So anyway, what we got here, traumatic. Yesterday, my token black friend, by the way. Now, don't get upset, all right? Don't get upset. Well, it's a little joke between us, all right? My token black friend, all right? I've got 3 token black friends on here. I'm sure there's a few more. But it's how I used to refer to my best friend, Smooth. You know what I mean? Say, oh, this is Smooth. This is my best mate. I've known him 20 years. He's my token black friend, to be honest. It's poking fun at society. I hope people realise that. My girlfriend, or fiance, whatever you want to call her, she, when I was doing the vlogs, we've got a YouTube channel, me and her. Please go and subscribe. youtube.com/@Dunk, D-U-N-K, and Laura. And when I did one of the videos recently, she went, she was talking about firemen. She was in New York and she was like, what with the firemen and all that? And I said to her, I went, gays, bloody puffs, you know what I mean? And she was like, you can't say it. You can't. And I went, do you not understand? I'm poking fun at society. What I'm doing there, right, is poking fun at insecure men, right? Because insecure men, if their partner, female partner, maybe a male partner, says, oh, these firemen, from over the years, tend to hear a lot of men go, bloody, you know, because they don't want to admit that the firemen look hunky and nice. So she's still got a bit to learn there. Sorry, Laura. It's poking fun, you know, at society. It's like Kat that comes on here, right? Muslim viewer of mine, lovely lad. Met him in Birmingham, right? And he came to the KopTalk get together and he didn't want to be in pubs. His family don't want him to be, his parents don't want him to be in them kind of places. And when he said to me, he went, yeah, but I'm going to see Dunk. And they were like, oh, that's all right then. That's all right then. And he brought me a tin of biscuits. I ain't seen him for ages. Where are you? You know, again, poking fun at society. Yeah, Cass, yeah, I'd love you to come along, mate, but you're not going to bring a rucksack with you, are you? Do you know what I mean? Some people might be offended with that, but they're not the kind of people you want to mix with in society. So what you're doing is you're poking fun at different, you know, people that are in on the joke, you know what I mean? And understand the humour, just like they could bounce it back about, you know, to me, saying, I was going to go to McDonald's and get a burger, but I might just leave it, seeing as you're here, don't, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you might eat it. You know what I mean? Like, just poke fun at each other and have a laugh and stuff like that. And traumatic, man. Anyway, €5, it says here, it says on my screen here, it says, you received €5, and it says, for the kitty. And then it's actually got the black thumbs up. I love it, Ray, man. It says here, previous message here, sent me one back in 7th of February, put token comment left here. I love it, man. I like people with a sense of humour. Unfortunately, some people don't get it and they're a bit thick. Right. My Revolut's not looking very good, to be honest with you, but I think it'll pick up before the weekend. So let's have a look. Is there anybody else on here? It gets a bit confusing because they have different currency. Sean O, that was yesterday, not Sean O. Some of you know someone called Sean O around the Liverpool communities, but I don't think that is Sean O that I just needed to check because my eyes are not great. I know Ruby's in. I mentioned Ruby yesterday. British pounds. I'm going to check the British pounds. That's Paul K. Ian. Yeah, brilliant. I think I'm covered, to be honest with you guys. If I've missed you out, please let me know. It's really important to me. I think that's it, really. So I'm going to get on with this. Get this video online. I've got some videos for you. Do you know what? I might do my mail stand ones here actually. While this is uploading over there. That'd be pretty cool. All right. Keep me posted on anything to do with Liverpool that you want me to know about. You know, during the days night, if you ever see an article come out from Paul Joyce, Ornstein, someone like that, always feel free, please, to come and jump on one of my videos and go, don't you, Joyce, because sometimes I don't see it, if I'm busy, So do you know what? I've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making this video. I feel very chilled today. Remy's down there on his bed. He seems a bit off form today, does Remy? He's usually coming and annoying me, isn't he, when I'm doing the videos, and he's got his back to me down there. Might be just the weather. Yeah, not good. All right then. Do let me know if there's anything you want to address with me. Like I say, thanks ever so much for your lovely comments yesterday on my briefing. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, that's it, guys. Live stream. If I don't do a live stream tonight, I've had a beer with Martin. I hope he does come out. If you're doing Cheltenham, good luck on the races. I've not had a bet. I won't be having a bet on Cheltenham. I've been doing well on my football betting though. I've been doing it. I started with Grok, which is Twitter's resident AI, if you like. Like this ChatGPT, Gemini. This is called Grok, and Grok can be very useful. You can say to Grok, paste in a link from, say, a website with a paywall, and you can say, summarize that article for me, or give me the entire text. And my friend was telling me that works. So Grok's good. I started my betting. I like to have a bet on the football, right? Nothing serious. And just for those of you, I want to give a little warning to people that do maybe. I don't want to influence you into gambling or anything, but what you have to understand, and this is what I would say to a young lad or a young lass or whatever, or an older person, but they should be, if they're in my age group, they probably don't need my advice. But what I do is, when I have a bet, if I have a tenner on, a fiver on, £2, whatever it is, I expect not to get that money back. So to me, in my world, it's no different than going to a bar and going, can I have a beer? Or go to the cinema, I'll have a cinema ticket. It's entertainment, in other words, right? And as long as you look at it like that, you'll enjoy it. The thing is, if you lose a bet, and I've done it myself when I was a young lad, you then chase it. I'm a tenner down, so I need to get that and a bit more back now. And then you stake more. Oh my God, I fucking lost that. And that's when it starts. You've got to stop. Do not ever chase a bet, right? If you lose, just take it and go, do you know what a fucking div. Please don't do that, right? I remember years ago when I was 17 playing a gambler in a pub, right? I don't touch slot machines at all. If I walk past, I might put £1 in something or €1 or something. I don't even think you can spin the wheel for that, can you? But don't do they're not good. And I enjoyed him in America when I went and saw Smooth a couple of years ago. I went to a casino with him. But I saw that as holiday money. Like, if I lose $50, I lose $50, fuck it. But I wouldn't have that attitude here. I wouldn't think I could go and spend €50 in a gambler. Fuck that. But when I was 17, I got my wages on the Friday. It was £70, all right? £70 I got on. That was for a full week's work. And I went on this gambler and I put the full £70 in the gambler. I probably got off the bus at 6:30 p.m. on the Friday night, and within an hour I'd blown my entire wages of £70, and I walked home. I didn't even have any money to buy myself another drink or anything. I'd have been having a Diet Coke or something, or being on Lasher out, because I knew people in that pub, you know, it was just called in sort of thing. And it was a learning experience for me. I thought, I've just blown my whole week's wages. Gone. And I guess it was what I needed to happen, really. So, for me, if I have a bet, it's two things, right? One, I don't expect to get it back, all right? I want to get it back, but I don't expect to. It's like entertainment. There you go. There's my tenner, whatever. But I do it because I like football. And I can't watch a neutral game of football unless I've got an interest in it, right? So if there's two teams, Derby versus Bristol City, I don't know, and it's on, I'm not going to sit and watch that game, but if I've got a fiver on it, I'll watch it, right? And I like to do plus 2.5 goals, which means more than 2 goals in the game, because then you've got both teams attacking for you. Every time they're attacking, you're increasing your chances of winning. So if you did minus 2.5 goals, that's terrible, because every time there's an attack, you've got a chance of losing. Right? But plus 2.5 goals, more than 2 goals in a game, perfect, because you've got both teams playing. I like to do that. Anyway, I started with Grok. I started with a tenner, right? And I went on Grok. And this is exactly what I said, or what I say every day. Analyse the top European fixtures, or analyse football fixtures around Europe today, because I'm thinking England, Spain, Italy, whatever, and look for value and near certs or possible certs. There's no such thing, but you know, look for value in like, oh, that they should win that, and that's good value, basically. So you say, analyse, you know, the fixtures around Europe, European fixtures, fixtures around Europe. Look for value near certs. Consider injury news, team news, suspensions, and form. And then Grok will respond to me with its suggestions, right? And I don't go with them all. I pick the ones out that I think, yeah, that's good. That sounds all right. And it will also, and I will say my kitty is. So when I first started, my kitty is £10. And it will give you ones. It'll say you can do this conservatively, or if you want a bit of risk, do this. You know, in football, anything can happen in football, so there's always risk, right? Cut long story short, I've got it over €700 from a tenner. And I didn't do it for 2 weeks, as I was away on, you know, my little jolly. So I've done that. I think the biggest loss I had was on Arsenal, I think, and that wasn't Grok, that was my own thoughts. I thought, oh, I'll do that, and then lost. So Grok, you've got to take it as just giving you advice, and it's, you know, it's all the information's out there, but it collates it for you and says, well, why don't you do this? You know, and as long as you're not stupid, you can enjoy it. And I've got it over 700, to be honest with you, and it's virtual in the sense that it's just digital numbers, and I'm treating it as like a little savings thing at the moment. But I've put my bets on for today, so that has decreased, right? But it's a little bit of fun, and it's put it this way, the AI, Grok, is being far more successful than I ever could be with it. I'd like to, you know, I should withdraw really, because I've got things to pay. But it would be nice to withdraw it, to be honest, and put it on my next little trip away. You know, I want to take Laura away again in the summer, and to do more, you know, stuff for our channel, Duncan Laura kind of thing. But it's about her channel, really. But she needs a celebrity there. No one's fucking bothered about me. They're all interested in her. She just goes around the videos going, amazing. She's very good. So, did you see my drone video? I did a drone video the other day at a place called Wireless Reservoir. Have a look, please, and let me know what you think of it. youtube.com/@DuncanOldham. It's the last upload. I wasn't very happy with the editing. You'll see there's a lot of blending where a clip merges into another one. That's because I was juddery with the controllers, but I'm still learning it. And yeah, I'm just. These are the things that I'm enjoying at the moment. Laura, have I got any aspirin left? And my drone and that. So there you go. Anyway, I should go because I need to do some work for you before I go out to my meeting in the bar. How cool is that? Dear me. Still raining. All right, guys, listen. I'm so very grateful for those of you that watch my videos right through for the right reasons. I know there's some people out there that have not got the best intentions in the world for me, I guess. I don't know why. I mean, maybe, if I was in a relationship with you or someone that you care about, maybe you just keep an eye on me. I don't know. I ain't got a bad bone in my body. But life is life, and sometimes you offend people along your way, I guess. But it doesn't matter, because, do you know what? I received a real snotty message overnight yesterday, from a girl, actually. And she sent me a message a few days ago, but I didn't reply to it because I was very busy. And like, people message me, my own family message me, Charlotte, Robert, my auntie, and it takes me maybe a day sometimes to reply. And I've always been one of those people that's gone, you must have had a couple of seconds just to send a message back. But it's because I don't want to rush it sometimes. I think, all right, I'll get to that in a bit. So I didn't reply to her within an acceptable time frame, and I woke up to this real snotty message. And I did message her back yesterday, kind of semi-apologising, but also saying, fuck you kind of thing. It's not anyone I'm exceptionally close to, and I've never been romantically involved. However, there's been flirting there over the years and whatnot. But she sent this message, and it just said, and it was on my daughter's birthday as well, which is probably the wrong day to round me up. You know what? Forget it. You were just someone I knew on the internet from long ago and nothing more. You're no one but a stranger, and I want to keep it that way. Isn't it? You just returned to my life because you were lonely. And now you've found someone you never keep in touch. I'm fucking busy. And I pointed out here, I said, lonely, having a laugh, has always got a fucking bird in my life. I'm never lonely, trust me. That is one thing in life no one could ever, my auntie would piss her fucking pants at that statement. Although, there has been times during the pandemic, the last couple of years, where I look back and think, maybe I was a bit lonely because I didn't have friends and that, but I had you guys, so I'm not lonely in that sense. I've certainly never had to contact a chick or hang around with anyone in my life because I'm fucking lonely. I'm just fucking busy. You know what I mean? And then it says here, Sean was right to kick you to the curb. Yeah, we talked. I said, who the fucking hell's Sean? I don't know who's that? You've never known how to keep a friend nor be one. So it's fucking a bit harsh, isn't it? You know what I mean? I'll tell you what. You should see my reply. Don't contact me again. Well, I didn't contact you, did I? Clearly. You're not worth it. Fucking hell. The previous message just said something like, how you doing? You all right? And I was like, I'll message that tomorrow. You know what I'm like. Fucking hell. This is someone that, you know what I mean? I ain't got a problem with them, but it's a bit harsh, isn't it? This is my reply. Sorry, I've been exceptionally busy and you didn't give me long to reply. I've been in meetings for consecutive days, and having been away, I've had a lot to catch up on. Guess what? Fucking true. You're not the only person that's been waiting for a reply. I have no idea who Sean is, and I couldn't care less. As for not being a good friend, that's not an opinion shared by people in my life. My fucking friend. You ask my mate Martin if I'm a good friend or not, or anyone around there. You know what I'm saying? People that are actually in my life. Yeah? It's not for me to say whether I'm a good friend or not, but I can tell you I'm extremely confident they'd say, don't fucking min. Right? Because I know I'm a good friend. I'll do anything for anyone. I've never been lonely. I have always had someone in my life. Anyway, well, what else did I put? I've no problem about not contacting you again. You pulled this shit once before and I accepted that, but you, in capital letters, you turned and contacted me. And I said again, and I was trying to be nice, but I was really a bit annoyed with this. I put, there have been people who have been waiting for a reply for days, if not weeks. But true friends know I'm busy and overwhelmed with things at the moment, as I'm so busy. They get it. They understand. And I put here, because whoever fucking Sean is, yes, we talked. Ooh. Who the fuck? I couldn't give a fuck if you're talking to the king. You talk about me being a shit friend, well, unlike you, I've never talked about you behind your back, never criticised you in any way, nor conspired against you. Take a look at yourself. I'm sorry that you think I don't care, but I was busy, and I was going to reply when I woke up today. However, with your outbursts above and the fact you've talked about me presents you in a light that doesn't work for me either. I wish you well. In other words, go fuck yourself. What's that all about? Why would, you know what I mean? Like, what? I'm just busy. You know that, don't you? I got channel members on here. You've got every right to fucking complain. I ain't done a video on Met United TV for ages, but don't worry if you're involved with that. I'll be speaking to you about that very soon. You're not going to be, you're not going to suffer as a result of that, trust me. You know, how about like bloke finds happiness and he's trying to balance everything and work it out? Do you know what I mean? Fucking weirdos. Can't be doing with that. And anyway, she should be talking to me anyway. It's inappropriate. If I told my lass about that, she'd go, the fuck she? I'll fucking give you, I'll fucking tell her. You know what I mean? And then what makes me laugh is, right, in situations like that, you'll get a chick and they'll go, yeah, well, how about I tell her what you said to me last time? You know, when someone says that, I would do your fucking best. I couldn't care less. I'm telling myself anyway. Do you know what I mean? Imagine if you said to, like, you know, say, yeah, you're right, you know, if you were still around, like, you know, I'd sort you out, you know what I'm saying? Aye, but does your partner know that? No, she doesn't, actually. You can tell her if you want. I'll tell her my fucking self. Do you know what I mean? No, I'm like that, guys. I'm a flirt, for number one. Definitely a flirt. Because I'm cheeky. I've always been cheeky since I was at school. Always. Cheeky. Can you not tell that? Cheeky. Token black friend. Do you know what I mean? Cheeky. Just cheek. Like that daft little lad at school and that. No malice. No. And if she didn't like it, if she turns to me, this girl's contacted me and said, you think she's got a great set of tits? First of all, I don't talk like that. All right? I wouldn't be like that. I'd probably say, I'd like to see. Anyway, I'd turn around and go, well, she has. What's wrong with that? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't be in a relationship with, I mean, I'm sure most fellas watching this are going, fucking hell, I'd be strung up and fucking, you know, nah, fuck that, do what I want. I'm interested. I'm very happy. Thank you very much. So, yeah, that's been my day. Can you imagine the how much stuff's been going on, right, for me recently? Because when I don't do videos for you, I'm stressed in the background going, I'm really conscious. But I do this, you'll see it in my videos sometimes. When I'm on a live stream or on a briefing, you'll see me go like that when I mention things. Like the tax that's due on the 20th of this fucking month, for example, which is days away. Oh, God. See what I mean? I did it straight away. Right? Hang on, check it. Could you imagine being stressed and having 1,000,001 things going on in your head? It's my daughter's birthday, all right? A friend of mine died a few days ago, and well, maybe 2 weeks ago now, I can't remember. And then someone sends you a message like that. I must have been in a really, really good mood, to be honest with you. Because really I want to turn around and go, you fucking well. No, I can't be doing with that, guys. Can't be doing people like that. Just, no, stop it. All right, I'm going to tell you something very quickly. Right? I remember I was involved with a girl online a few years ago, right? And she was digging me out. She was having a go at me. And it was towards the end of our friendship. And I remember her saying to me, she said something, and I went, hey, don't be saying that about me. I'm a good guy. And she said to me, she went, it's not for you to decide whether you're a good guy or not. Which, in fairness, is probably right. We shouldn't self-label, maybe. I mean, I think I'm a good guy. People tell me I'm a good guy. But she was, you know, I gave it to her. Fair enough, right, whatever. My answer to that would be, well, fair enough, you don't think that, but I think there's a lot of people that are actually in my life on a day-to-day basis that would disagree with you. However, I'll leave it to them. I shit you not. This is, I swear down, right, on everything in the world, right? The very next day, right, I went to see my mates up at a bar. I used to go up to a village and meet my mates, right? It's just a bit too far for me to get there now because I don't want to drink and drive in it. And my mate had just published a book on World War II, right? And we used to meet 4 of us, right? So there's him, me, and 2 others. That's 4. And he says, I've got a copy of a book for you each. I've got my book. And he was really proud, right? And he spent years on this book. And inside, he'd wrote a message to everyone. He personalised it to each person, right? Didn't just say to Dunk, enjoy the book. It said, to Dunk, one of life's good guys. That was the day after I went, I'm a good guy, mate. I'm a good person, I'm a good guy. It's not for you to do, it's for other people. And I swear down, less than 24 hours later, my mate dedicates a book to me and says, to Dunk, one of life's good guys. I got my camera before and I went, and I sent it and I went, just been given that book. If ever there was a fuck you moment, that was it. Oh my days. Yeah, it's good that. Women again. Same situation. Both of them American. But, you know, like, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with America, but I love American girls, mate. See? I'm going to tell your fiancé, you said you like American girls, and she isn't American. I can't give a fuck. No, but what I mean is, you know, they were overseas and, you know, I don't know, maybe when people get a bit butthurt, they lose the shit and that. But what are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, you can't keep everyone happy, can you? So, fortunately, everything happens for a reason, I feel. And all of the reasons are around me right now. All of the reasons are around me right now. Everything happens for a reason. And here I am, ham with a H. Here I am with an A. Well, I guess there's an A in ham as well. Oldham, Duncan Oldham. But it's not Oldham, it's Oldham, Duncan Oldham. And here I am in my life right now because of all those reasons that at the time I was really upset about. Because one of those girls in particular, I was really bothered about. The circumstances again, you know what I mean? But maybe things would have been different back then. But they're not. It didn't happen. So here I am with you, doing what I love, and that is communicating with you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sat here for an hour, looking at my dog, thinking about going out and seeing my friends, helping my football club, which is what I like to do in the community, and just having a good time. Having a good time. And you know what, guys? I really hope that I get to have a beer this afternoon and just relax a little bit. Rather than, I said this to Laura the other day, I called in that same bar was it the other day? Yeah. You know when you don't want to drink, you just go somewhere, you have to pop in somewhere. Do you want a beer, don't you? Nah, go on then. And I had a beer, all right? And it just tasted different. It felt nice. And I knew I had to go. So I've got to go now. Gives another one. And then I was like, oh, I could stay out all day. Always tastes nice like that. Whereas on a Saturday, when I go to meet my boy Martin, we have a good time, but sometimes you feel a bit like compulsory. You know, like the drink's not as nice and the company's brilliant. But yeah, do you know what I mean by that? So wouldn't it be nice Wednesday afternoon if I could go down? I'm actually going to see someone to try and help them this afternoon. And if I can do that and then go, all right, see you there, a nice one, and then have a beer and go, do you know what? It's nice. It's a nice little drink. And she's going to be at work tonight. So get myself kebab or something. You know what I mean? Be nice, wouldn't it? Revolut, the links in the video description. Anyway, that brings me to the end of my video. Please thumbs up this video if you've enjoyed it, right? If you're female and being referred to in this email in this video, I'm sure you'll want to thumbs it down. That's all right. Listen, I love everyone. I ain't got a problem with anyone in the world. It's not my fault some of you are fucking batshit crazy. Too many important things in life to worry about and get stressed out about, you know, than fucking them. You know, anyway. There's a joke in there somewhere. No, if you enjoyed my video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. Please join the channel. There's a love heart under the video if you want to give me a super thanks. There's 3 links in the video description: PayPal, Monzo, and Revolut. Revolut's my beer kitty. That's my, like, do you know what, Dom? Fuck the bills. Go for a beer on Saturday. Or I might have a sneaky one this afternoon. But more importantly, drop me a comment. I love hearing from you. Did you enjoy the video? Can you relate to anything in this video? Would you buy the match day program? I should have had one to show you. Would you do it online and go, yeah, Doug, I'll have a look, mate. Yeah. If you get a Benidorm top and have a picture taken from anywhere in the world, I can put it in the program for, you know, get them to put it in and that. So, all right then. I'll see you later. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you real soon. Like, check at 6:30, but I might not be here.